Hi Dolly friends, Chris and welcome back to a video. This is another request name for Lewis. And the name of this video is Columbine Shooter TikTok Thirst Traps. Oh lordy lord, another one of these videos. Oh well, let's check it out.
This topic, I would like to say that we're going to be covering some really insane stuff. I know that I say that on the channel a lot. This genuinely is one of the craziest things I've ever seen, and you can't say I didn't warn you. Today we're going to be talking about a side of TikTok that fetishizes the Columbine shooters.
Oh lordy lord.
This account is Dylan DK Love. Dylan DK Love, you must be thinking, oh, this is a cute little thirst trap edit page of a bunch of mad convoys, sort of like Cameron Dallas edits back in the day. No.
Hold on guys.
It's not, because it is an account dedicated to Dylan Klebold, who was one of the 17-year-olds who shot up Columbine. And remember, when I started out talking about this, I said that we're talking about a whole side of TikTok. And that's right, this is not the only account, and we'll also break that down later on. The most recent TikTok is a clip from a TED Talk that one of Dylan Klebold's closest friends did, talking about his experience with his friend. Now, when you initially listen to this, it sounds like it's going to be a gun violence PSA, where it's like, this is what my friend did and this is how crazy it is, but then you go down to the caption and it explains everything.
The Dylan, friend of mine, catching crawfish in the local stream down the street from our house. Well, I learned to perform early. Me being on stage is not some crazy new thing I'm doing today. There's my buddy Dylan again on drums. And yes, my buddy Dylan again. And then high school ended.
Your buddy?
Crazy photos, a lot of
oh my god,
silly ones for the serious one. This one ultimately isn't much different from really every high school photo. At the time, it didn't seem different at all. Then my lens got shifted very, very quickly. Within hours, 13 people.
So as like a human being with empathy, I listened to that and was receptive to what he was saying because it's horrendous. But the caption on this video says different from what I was thinking it was for. Brooks Brown talking about Dylan. I can't figure out if he's being sincere or wants to make money on Dylan. It breaks my heart into pieces. What do you think of him? Hashtag Dylan, hashtag cutie pie, hashtag love. Somebody who is obsessed with the Columbine shooting.
Randy Stair was obsessed with this shit.
Really
and look what happened to him.
These are comments that I believe that these people didn't think would go anywhere because, you know, this video had 1,000 likes and it was only seen by this particular niche. It's not like I'm getting school shooting thirst traps in my fucking For You page. You would have to be making edits of a school shooter with a little pink bow on his head.
Oh my god, that's just wrong.
Now, what do we think about this? What breaks my heart is to see that Brooks is 44 now and Dylan will forever be 17. And in the comments below, people are agreeing. I hate Brooks so much. I knew Brooks was Jewish, and then I clicked on one of these pages, unfortunately, and there are Billie Eilish thirst trap edits, I love you, ooh-woo, of school shooters using birds of a feather.
There's Randy, by the way, right there.
Okay, so I really am trying to understand this. You look at some of the usernames of these accounts, and I mean, personally, I am a little spooked to be talking about this online, obviously. Here's an account called Sandy Hooked, and I think this goes without saying. I'm making this video because I feel like this is a side of the internet that is not shared at all. But I do have genuine fear, like talking about these accounts. Here's another fan cam in the comments. Mrs. Klebold, hashtag love, hashtag forever.
Oh my god. People are weird, man. I don't want to make any rude remarks, but they literally killed people.
Okay, people are taking the time out of their day to open up CapCut and then go into the backlog of cutesy school shooting footage that they have and laying over popular music, and baby, you've got a viral hit. But unfortunately, it's not viral because obviously, algorithmically, this is not going to be pushed ever. You would have to search this dude's name with edit, hashtag love, hashtag Dylan, hashtag queen to get anywhere.
Oh my god, dude.
I mean,
people are that
it
weird.
Also makes me wonder, why this one? There have been a million different school shooters. Is there almost a tier list on who we prefer and who we don't? Are there hot school shooters compared to these ones that have the actual problems? But Dylan was just off doing his own thing. No! One of their other most popular posts is Dylan's mom talking about Dylan's funeral. Now, the sound isn't available on this, but we can still check the comments and the amount of saves that there are. There's 849 saves. You see a large number of saves.
Why would you
on,
save
like,
that?
a girl's thirst trap, or something that you want to keep for yourself or keep for later that you don't want to be shared with anyone else. You're telling me that out of the people who liked this video, more than a quarter of them have saved it? Like, there are just folders.
I think stuff like music or
constantly
videos I think are the best or whatever, but
people. This is too sad. Poor lady, don't make me cry in school. Are these children? Again, I need some clarity. And I don't want clarity
children
from
should be
these
looking
people
up this
because I
shit
don't
in the
want you
first
anywhere
place.
near me or my fucking family ever. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. But I guess what I'm not understanding is it funny that these people did these things? Is it bold that they did these? I mean, it's pretty fucking bold. I don't know anybody who's done that. People are sympathizing in the comments, saying things literally like, I cried watching this. Dylan was a good person. Because of the bullying,
cried
he
while
couldn't continue his
oh my
own life in
God,
peace.
dude.
Yeah, school had a role about what happened. Let me take a little step back. When I was younger, my teachers would lock me in rooms if I came to class in a wheelchair because I was too much of a hassle to deal with. These are the same teachers who would send CPS after me and my mom for me not going to school as much as they wanted me to. Never in my life did this come across my brain. And I don't think that this is a genuine thought in these people's minds either. Because these accounts are active. These people are still posting. This has been around for years. And like, I guess if this is your outlet so that you don't do what your faves have done, then I guess that's better than committing a mass murder. But that's bare minimum. We should not be congratulatory of these people like, I'm so glad you found your outlet. Find something else. Throughout all of my sickness while being a kid, never, ever, ever did I think about harming anybody besides myself. And I guess that to me is where this disconnect is, because I don't think this is cute. This is this account's daily routine. Wake up at 9 a.m. and then think about Dylan Klebold all day and then fall asleep at midnight. I'm glad you're getting your 9 hours in, but how terrifying is it that you can go to the grocery store and somebody who you smile at Trader Joe's may have a Dylan Klebold fan account. Oh, and look, they're following 911 people. I wonder if that's a coincidence. Are there limits to our faves? Are we going to be looking at, I don't know, that Austrian fella and taking the words that he wrote in Mein Kampf as like, ooh, I think this was to me, and I want to read this out loud
this is
and
weird
overlay it on
bullshit.
top of a slideshow of him and his dog? Or is that too far? And why are these fan accounts only for the kids who do it? Because there are adults who have done shit like this. Is it that these kids were your
Kids
age?
shouldn't be
Is that
looking
the
up this
fan
type
base
of shit
that it's
in the
all
first
17,
place.
18-year-olds?
Parents
I don't
do
see
better.
anybody sexualizing the Trump shooter. Dare I say it? These girls are being vain. I mean, I don't mean to push my limits, but they seem to be a little picky with their boys. Now what about this one? I can't wait to meet my dream girl and have the best senior year. With the song, Forever Young. My mom forced me to do these senior pictures. We have my whole life or more. This was such a fun night. I'm grateful for my friends. We can be silly at times, but we won't be young forever.
Oh my God.
And then, of course, I have to cut away. It's security camera footage of them killing people. Not only that, they're also showing great sights of victims and saying that they feel bad for him because he missed graduation. Not because 12 other students were killed, but because Dylan was murdered.
That's just
that was in
fucked
like a POV style too. That was like, imagine if that was you. Don't imagine if that was you. I've never seen these TikTok fuckboys be like, imagine me if I was this fat. Like, no. I've talked about how TikTok POVs are super cringe, but I think this is the cringest of them all. I would prefer it if anybody sent me an OnlyFans promo with the guy's huge hog in the fucking frame, because that to me is much more palatable than whatever the fuck this is. We also have girls Dylan had a crush on. And I don't want to show it because that feels awful. This person names them and says how these
Don't
girls
show it,
turned
man. I don't want to
down
get demonetized
and
or
how
anything.
It seems like they could single-handedly be one of the reasons why this all happened. My jealousy has been activated. Me, imagine your girl leaves you to go make out with your best friend. I would have been his girl. Would you have been his girl? Is a savior complex what links all of these people together? Because that would make a lot more sense to me than they could actually understand and wish that they were in the same shoes as some of the most cold-blooded fucking killers ever. My God, this shit is very layered. She and I were born on September 11th. I didn't know that that's why the following number was 9/11. Holy fuck. Now I guess just
I
to
am
sort of
for your
break the
pain,
ice,
dude.
because this is absolutely heartbreaking. What's your favorite kind of alcohol? Do you have a favorite? So like some people may like Absolute vodka, right?
I don't like alcohol, period. It's disgusting in my opinion.
Wait, your vodka's Dylan Klebold? How does that make any sense? You're going to drink him? He was a talented man. That's
Think his blood or his other fluids?
Fella. I actually feel super good that at some point Hannah and I are going to be having children in a world where people are saying that you're talented. The more people you take from this world. And you may be thinking, oh, this is just a one-off. There can't be more accounts dedicated to this.
It's probably 10 billion. Look at that shit. I don't like looking at this shit, man.
Alright. Well, I told you this one wasn't going to be a happy one. I also didn't think that we get that fucking detailed. Anyways, I hope you all watched this video, not enjoyed this video. Check out
didn't
my
enjoy it. It's
nonprofit for
bullshit.
people with chronic illness.
I like your
We
videos, man, but not the shit you talk
donated
about.
to People in Need Mark, and we would love some extra help with that. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, I can't understand, like, you know, I like fictional killers, like Chucky, Megan, Terrifier, Pennywise, stuff like that. That stuff is fine, and I have plushies of all of them. They're fictional, but I like watching them with those movies. Shit like this is way 100% different. Extremely opposite. Stop fetishizing killers, guys, unless it's fictional. Unless it's, you know, from a horror movie. That I can understand. Like, people calling Freddy or Michael Myers hot. That I understand because they're not. Michael Myers and Freddy aren't fucking real. These people are. Excuse me. There's a huge difference. But yeah. Ooh, that was a doozy. Well, that's that, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.